Hi, I'm Pooja Deng. I'm a women's executive and leadership coach. Today, I want to talk about what happens when you sort of join a new company in a new function or role, and you are quickly let down because basically what you thought the role was going to be or the impact you were going to have is not quite how it's turning out. Now, this has actually recently happened to three of my clients, slightly different situations, but basically when they were interviewing for the job, it was basically this opportunity to come in and really make a difference. In one case, it was a head of diversity and inclusion, and being able to really come in and sort of correct the level playing field, launch some new initiatives in the organization to really impact and make a difference in the culture of the org. In another case, there was a big operations role that a leader of mine was coming into to really make, again, a shift in perspective. And very quickly, within weeks or a few months, it was clear that these changes weren't going to be made. So in one case, there was immediately another reorg. So in all fairness, it wasn't the organization's or anyone's fault. Priorities change, as they often do when things are there. We're in another recession here. And so things are changing quickly all the time. There was a massive reorg, and therefore my leader's role was considerably changed. Her and her entire team basically now have a new function. In the other case, a case of sort of difficulty with change management, right? Often leaders are like, we really want to make this change. But then when you kind of get into the weeds and look at what it's actually going to take, you realize, whoa, maybe I'm actually not ready for this. This is too big, too much, too fast, right? But then what leads to is the frustration for the leader who is coming in to really drive this huge initiative. And now they feel like their hands are tied and they can't do anything. So what is it that you do? Now, of course, you can quit, right? Most of the people I coach, top performers, they would get a job somewhere else as well. But here's the thing, that's kind of, could be seen as an easy way out, and it's not easy. It's not easy finding another org really quickly, and it's not really the right way to go about it immediately. Okay, so in the case of the client of mine that went through, or whose organization is basically going through a reorg, we channeled that in order to basically feel and work with her to sort of see how can she bring herself and her team along in this new change. The fact is, because the reorg happened, everyone on her team is super nervous as well about change. Because we've got the recession, they're all nervous about their job and their function and what the future holds for them. And so basically the work her and I are doing together is to really drive engagement, get super clear on the new roles and responsibilities, tie that to the new mission vision of the company so that it's giving the team and herself purpose, as well as aligning with the organization's mission and vision and goals, thereby actually leading to strengthening of their position and less likelihood that they'll lose their jobs in some way, right? So the energy is being channeled into, this is the change we've made. What is the new direction we're going in? How can we tie what we're doing to that? How can we get fired up about this new direction and mission? And let's sort of build this cohesive team and structure around that new mission and goal. And it turns out she's deriving a ton of pleasure into coaching and developing her team and making them move. It is a change just like she wanted, even though it's not the exact change that she was hired to make. In the other case, where the client totally feels like their hands are tied, basically they were hired for a big initiative that's not being able to actually follow through on or execute on. And it's just like she basically feels like she doesn't have the ear of the people at the top. Basically, we went through an exercise to say, okay, let's remove quitting or turning in your notice as an option, right? Just for a second, let's play to see what other options are available. Where does your specific job function fit in the org? Where else could it fit? If you don't feel like you're getting access to the CEO in the way that you want to, who else has the ear of the CEO? Who's been at the company from the very beginning that has got a natural foot in the door, or sort of an ear, if you will, with the C-suite team? Is there a way to move your job function within another growth area of the team where you'll be able to still have impact? Now, the truth is, we're still in conversations. We've come up with a good idea. It's still a pitch. I'm helping her craft her pitch to see if this can be kind of executed going forward. And yes, there's no guarantees. It may not work out. However, the point is, when you are in a situation where you like the org, you've come in, you really want to make a difference, part of you being a leader is also being innovative and creative and coming up with different solutions in order to solve the problem. It is basically part of your role to sort of be agile and sort of open up your mind, get at the 20,000 foot level, be more strategic, and figure out, is there a different approach I can take to achieve the goal that I want? I guess what I'm alluding to is the goal is almost bigger than just coming in and making that one change. It's being successful, it's being in an organization, it's having an impact. And often the way that you can do those things is more than one way. And often the thing that's coming in is just our blinders, where we're sort of in the box thinking. But if we step outside, we can see ideas, other opportunities emerge for us to do this. The other win here is that you are also demonstrating to the leaders of the organization that hired you that you truly care about the company, that you're not just like, wait, I'm not having my way, I'm out. You're actually demonstrating that you believe in the mission and values, and you are determined to make a difference, to have an impact for the greater good of the org. So yes, I encourage you, if you've just got a new job, things not going exactly the way you intended, let's talk and figure out if there are different strategies for you to still have the impact you want to have and make the difference you want to make. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.